That's a nice, real nice doe there. Real nice, big, mature doe. Nice big head on her. That's the kind of deer you want to shoot there for, you know, for a nice antlerless deer here in Pennsylvania. She'll probably go maybe 120 pounds. Just a real nice Pennsylvania whitetail. Well, Bill, thanks for sharing the information today on these new scouting cameras. I'll tell you what, a lot of people are going to be interested in all the technology involved with this camera. I'm going to cut that. Bill, thanks a lot for the great information on these two scouting cameras. If your viewers want more information, slow down.
Intensity, delivered weekly on the Highmark High School Sports Practice, Sunday mornings at 9 on FSN.
Mama done told me it ain't the size of a man's dinghy. The shine you put on his hull.
Environmentally safe AquaClean boat cleaner is easy to use. Simply apply, let set, just wipe, and rinse off. Y'all could purchase the 1-pound tub or the most economical 3-pound. Order now online at aquacleanteam.com or 1-888-701-BOAT.
Total Football is your source for all pro and college gridiron news. Tomorrow on FSN. Get caught in the action. FLW Outdoors. The battle for the championship continues. Sundays on FSN.
Right now I've got a 16-page brochure on press. We get a lot of business from them, that's for sure. I've got an ad in the paper for another pressman. It's great. You see a lot of the bigger companies doing so much work out of town or out of state. I'm glad they keep so much business here. My new pressman will be too.
There's one insurer who knows that the health of the community depends on the health of the economy. A helping hand in the places we call home. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Sure, I'd like a new pair of Nikes.
New Under Armour. I want a new tailor-made driver.
And you need it.
Whatever you need for whatever sport you play, one store has it all.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
I need a new reel, lures, tackle box.
Adidas soccer cleats.
Nike socks. A new treadmill.
Dick's has everything you need to look and play your best for whatever season you're heading into. All at guaranteed low prices. After all, every season starts at Dick's.
Are you ready for John Soretti?
If you can get to the airport, you can get the John Soretti Chevrolet where you can save thousands. The huge savings are still available on new cars and trucks, and the record-breaking sale of new vehicles has filled our lots with some of the cleanest low-mile trades in Pittsburgh. Your trade will never be worth more right now with our knockout deals.
Drive a Chevy from John Soretti, University Boulevard, Moon Township.
Drive a Chevy from John Soretti.
Generations of Pittsburghers have made trains from Rail King their #1 family hobby. Bob Pratt here telling you there's no better way to spend hours with your kids or grandkids than to build and run a Rail King train. And only Rail King features Pittsburgh cars from Iron City, KDKA Radio, and Kaufman's. To find a Rail King MTH dealer in your neighborhood, log on to PittsburghTrains.com or call toll-free 877-243-8684. Rail King, MTH Trains, built for years of family fun.
All right, to the point for this, let's do a great job. Everybody's here to see us play tonight, so let's show them what we're all about. Let's go on the field and give a great effort.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Highmark High School Sports Practice. We're at my favorite place, and just about everybody I know that loves sports, Dick's Sporting Goods,
the mall at Robinson. The professor, John McEwicky, is here. Still to come, Jeff Matheny, head coach of Bethel Park. Dr. Edward Snell is going to be here to talk about concussions and, of course, the life and times of ex-Diller Terry Long. But right now, the professor gets us caught up on another week of my favorite action, high school football. Tad?
Rob, first of all, good morning.
Good morning.
And it was great to be in the South Park locker room this past Saturday night with Tom Lochner. I like to call Tom the drill sergeant. Things just happen, bam, bam, bam. I mean, he's right on top of everything, and he's got a nice football team this year. Look for them to go very deep into the playoffs. They could be a team that plays later on at Heinz Field.
Bethel Park's coach coming up in a little bit. Just some thoughts about him.
Oh, Jeff Matheny is a great football coach. He's an X&O guy, a guy who loves to coach the offensive linemen. And he was up in their face. They were losing winning 14-0 when the game was postponed. And you would have thought that they were losing 14-0 if you were in that locker room. He really is.
All right, let's get out to the Highmark highlights on the high school sports practice on FSN.
Last Thursday night, Eric Hemingway penned a big night for Bashir with this 69-yard TD jaunt as the Bulls belted Carrick by a pair of scores. Highland scored early, but couldn't hold off Jordan Shoup and the Knock Knights. Shoup directed a fantastic finish as the Knights slipped past the Rams 5-1. TJ kept his scoreless streak intact, hanging a bagel on Peters Township en route to a 45-point prompt. Ryan Leemeyer threw for a pair of touchdown passes in the Indians' Quad North win over Butler. And Central turned a pair of huge special teams plays into a Quad East win at Van Deelen. In last week's nightcap, Pat McShane connected on 10 of 12 passing, and the Panthers rolled over North Allegheny by 32. Fast forward to Friday night. Blackhawk takes the long walk to Tony D to take on Hopewell. And it's the Cougars' Josh Gumbert picking off Chad Rossitelli to preserve a scoreless first half. Trail 7-zip. Brian Mullick gains the longest yard to pull Joe Hamilton's Cougars to within 1. Now, fourth quarter, Rossitelli pitches to Mike Elmore, and the 6'3 senior takes it 7 yards to the house to put the Vikings up by 8. Just 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. Alan Denman delivers a jump ball to Gumbert, and the senior wideout comes down with a circus catch over Chad Rossitelli. But Rossitelli apologizes on the next play, breaking up Gumbert's throwback pass to Denman to preserve a thrilling 2-point win for Dave Vestal's Vikings. Next stop, under the bridge at Monaca, where it's the Southside Rams getting their groove on. First, Michael Kugas calls his own number on the option for the 15-yard icebreaker. Now, second quarter, Kugas proves he can win it too. He goes way up top to Eric White on the 5 pattern as the Rams go on to rout the Indians by 5 scores. Next stop, Panther Country, where USC's Pat McShane drops back to pass, then finds a lane down the left sideline. McShane takes it 45 yards for the USC score, and they go on to knock Bethel Park from the ranks of the unbeaten. Final stop, Pine Township, where Jake Long and the Rams get caught up in a shootout with Hampton. First quarter, Long finds Matt Gray on the opt and out to break the ice. The Talbots answer as Bob Barkley lost a strike to Zach Inglesby for the equalizer. Now, second half, Jake Long calls his own number, and he makes the Talbots pay. Long and the Rams are now tied at 21. But the Talbots answer again. This time, Barkley hits Sean Hennessy on the scene to give Hampton the lead, 28-21. But Steve Pastoritz takes the big hit in the Pine Richland secondary, and he coughs up the football. Long scoops it up and heads for pay dirt, and we're headed for overtime. It's the second overtime. Fourth down. Long hits Gray to pull Pine to within 1. The Rams go for 2, and Long finds Ed Mira all alone for the game winner as Pine Richland tops Hampton in tonight's instant classic.
All right, thank you, Mr. Friday Night, back here on FSN. This, of course, is the Highmark High School Sports Practice. We're at Dick's Sporting Goods at the Mall at Robinson. Rob Pratt, KDK Radio and Television. The Professor Tad McAwicki coming up in just a little bit. But right now, the good doctor, the team physician of our high school sports practice, Dr. Edward Schnell, joined us. And you did a doubleheader because of some lightning a week or so ago. We want to roll back and take a look at the Hampton-Franklin game and also a key injury to one of their players. So go ahead, Doc.
Oh, yeah. On the Franklin sideline, Rob Johnson had a little bit of an injury to his elbow. It was a recurrent injury because he had one a year ago and had it repaired. And just a recurrent injury. Couldn't let him go back in the game. Amazing game because it was so close. It looked like Franklin Regional was going to pull it out. Looked great. They looked real dominant. First part on Friday night. Came out Saturday. And Hampton just couldn't get anything going. But in the last 30 seconds, wow, amazing. A little screen to the running back. Went all the way, 70 yards for a touchdown. Great game.
Let me shift gears here a little bit. A good friend of mine, Terry Long, passed away recently, ex-member of the Pittsburgh Steelers. There was, well, the possibility of foul play. They even thought the possibility of suicide. But sad to say he is gone, but the good news is they're now saying meningitis and, of course, a long series of concussions throughout his career. Let's talk about the significance of concussions and how far we have come diagnosing them.
Yeah, it's amazing, Rob. The advancements in diagnosing things and some of the things that we're doing to try to make sure that that brain is functioning okay before we let him go back into play is it's just amazing at this point. I think that a lot of times kids and athletes don't understand that they really need to tell people to get out of the game, or they need to tell people that they're not feeling, they're not feeling normal. If they do that, we're better off than not.
All right, Dr. Edward Schnell, great to see you, Doc. We're coming back. A whole lot more here on FSN and the Highmark High School Sports Practice at Dick's Sporting Goods at the Mall at Robinson. Stay tuned.
It was so hard for Angela when her mom died. You know, sometimes Dad is the last person a teenager wants to talk to. The caring place, that made a big difference. Angela's doing better in school, and we talk a lot more. Some days are still hard, but she's come a long way.
Sometimes it takes more than health care to ensure a family's health. A helping hand in the places we call home. Highmark.
Sure, I'd like a new pair of Nikes.
New Under Armour. I want a new tailor-made driver.
And you need it.
Whatever you need for whatever sport you play, one store has it all.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
I need a new reel, lures, tackle box,
Adidas soccer cleats.
Nike socks, a new treadmill.
Dick's has everything you need to look and play your best for whatever season you're heading into, all at guaranteed low prices. After all, every season starts at Dick's.
Endless love as we return to this edition of the Highmark High School Sports Practice. No, not just for the affection that I have for this program, but for tennis. Anyone and Michaela Kissel of Latrobe as we take a look at some singles action and championship action.
Well, Michaela's just a junior, but she's chasing her third title, and she was in the thick of it this past week. And also Kate Stewart ranked 55th, the top 55 in women's tennis in her age group. She's at Quaker Valley, and you'll remember the champion the past 2 years, Annie Houghton from Quaker Valley, but she's out with an injury.
Now let's check out some of those highlights right now. Baseline, anyone?
WPIAL held the Ladies Singles Tennis Championships on Tuesday at Shadyside Academy. Former AA champion Alexandra Kaluza captured the first set against Quaker Valley's Kate Stewart, 6-3. But Stewart rallied to take the next two sets and subsequently the AA crown. In AAA, Lauren Grieco of Shadyside Academy played the underdog role against two-time champion Michaela Kissel of Latrobe. Grieco got off to a fast start, taking a 4-1 lead in the first set. But Kissel rallied to win 12 of the next 14 games to win going away. In doing so, Kissel added a third WPIAL championship to 2 previous wins to go along with 2 state championships.
All right, the BMOC, not bacon, lettuce, and tomato, but the big man on campus in Tyler Scruggs, South Park, coming right at you.
Tyler Scruggs and Connor Dixon, they were our 2 big men on campus, but there were a lot of great games and great performances this past week. Chad Rossitelli rushing for 2 touchdowns for Hopewell. Your friend Danny Raines, his son, ran for over 100 yards, and Dana Jones from Ambridge over 100 yards. It was just a great weekend of football, but these 2 guys stood above the rest.
You think Danny and his son kind of do some one-on-ones every once in a while?
Oh, they just might. I don't know. I'd still hate to square up with Danny Raines.
Woo, no doubt about it, as we get you some BMOC, Big Man on Campus, brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, and every season starts at Dick's.
Justin Pratt ran for over 200 yards and 4 scores in Bethel Park's Quad A North win over North Allegheny. On Saturday, Chad Rossitelli rallied the Vikings to 2 touchdowns as Hopewell hung on to beat Ambridge in a Parkway Conference showdown. Franklin Regional's Brad Phillips ran for 1 touchdown and passed for another in the Panthers' losing effort against Hampton. But this week's Dick's Sporting Goods big man on campus goes to 2 South Park Eagles. Connor Dixon and Tyler Scruggs teamed up to vanquish a gritty Seton LaSalle squad. The 2 figured in 3 South Park scores, and that was just enough to make Tyler Scruggs and Connor Dixon this week's Dick's Sporting Goods big men on campus.
Tyler Scruggs and, of course, South Park, a job well done. The thorn between 2 roses, ladies and gentlemen. Derek Moy and Danny Camp, couple of juniors who are lighting it up for Rochester. Great football tradition, of course, his father Jerry, and that backfield with Dwight Collins a few years ago at Beaver Falls. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember that. And his brother Jermaine now is playing in California, Pennsylvania. Derek, obviously a great tradition as far as Rochester. And thus far, you guys run a roll, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we're having a good season. We started out 4-0, so last year we started out 0-2, so this is a good start this year.
Speaking of traditions, you know, you got a big name and some big shoes to fill, obviously your father and your brother, so it's a family affair, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to live up to with them 2 in front of me, but I think I'm doing okay right now.
I think you're doing absolutely okay. Danny, of course, last year you went out a little bit, but you hadn't played football in a few years. Obviously, I'm hearing you throwing a tight spiral, one of the best passing quarterbacks at Rochester in a long time. But obviously, you know as well, you got a long way to go, right?
Yeah, a long way. From Adam Moore, who used to throw a lot, and Corey Schler did a real good job last year.
So how does it feel to be a part of the Rochester Rams? And, you know, you guys knocked off Clareton already. You had a great game the other night against Avonworth. But Springdale, the Dynamo's down the road. But I know Coach Matzo's making you think one game at a time, right?
Oh, yeah, we're just looking forward to next week at Southside. big game, and I'm not looking forward to the playoffs, just section wins.
No doubt. I got to ask you about Coach Matsuk, and you know he's watching this thing, so tell me about his intense coaching style.
He's a very intense coach. I mean, practices, they're pretty fun just because he's so intense. Like, he just keeps us into practice, so it's fun.
All right, Derek Moy, Danny Camp, a couple of good guys, juniors, making some names for himself. We're going to throw it out right now to Moore right here on FSA.
I was always kind of big. My old pictures, I was pretty big. My parents started to get worried. It's changed a lot now. My doctor's been helping, my school's been helping. I'm not afraid to try on clothes anymore. I love my teen picture. I'm not big in it. It's awesome.
Heading off health problems before they begin can have other remarkable side effects. A helping hand in the places we call home. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield.
While the number of competitors have fallen to the wayside, Coons Market continues to grow and thrive despite the conglomerates.
If I didn't feel that we couldn't compete in the future, I would not have brought my children into this business. But I feel that there's a lot of growth potential for our company in the Pittsburgh market. We've been able to thrive and grow in spite of the competition that has come into the area. Quality, price, and service. And we've been able to maintain them all.
Coons Quality Foods. Nate Soretti is somewhere here at Dick's, probably on the Nautilus, telling everyone how strong he is.
We got him on the treadmill.
Yeah, he needs to get
put Nate on that treadmill.
Or in the line at McDonald's looking for a Big Mac. But one thing's for sure, he understands the game, and he's about here to entertain seconds from now.
We like to say it's not lunchtime, so it must be crunch time. Nate loves crunch time, and this week he went and took a look at the people that make the atmosphere in the football game. Not the players, not the coaches, but he looked at the majorettes and the cheerleaders and the mascots and everybody that makes a Friday night great.
I used to get to look at those cheerleaders. I guess
Not anymore.
I've lost that job too. Crunch time with Nate Soretti.
Hey, sports fans, it's not lunchtime, so it must be crunch time. That's right, it's time to get down and dirty with high school football with Nate Soretti. There are a lot of other reasons to go to a high school football game this fall. Without the football, here are a few of my favorites. There's a lot of talent on the football field every Friday night that's not toting a football. These guys and girls have got saxophones and tubas and batons. Next time you're at the old ball game, check out the halftime show. I know you'll be pleasantly surprised. And while you're at it, take a look at the Fanatics. It seems like every school's cheering section is trying to outdo their counterparts. It can get a little wacky, but it's all in good, clean fun. Most of the time. And last but not least, Friday night wouldn't be Friday night without those darlings of the sidelines. You got that right. The cheerleaders can make every football game worthwhile, even when the home team isn't doing so good. That's just 3 more reasons to get out of the house and go see a football game this fall. That's my take. I'm Nate Soretti, and I'll see you on the sidelines, at the halftime show, in the food booth, and inside the trenches.
When the plant closed, you know, your income's gone, your insurance is gone. It was at the point where, do I take Katie to the doctor or do I pay the electric bill? That tax credit health plan offered by Highmark, that saved the day. We could afford insurance again. That held us over till the new job.
Seeing people as neighbors instead of customers makes all the difference in the world. A helping hand in the places we call home. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Sure, I'd like a new pair of Nikes.
New Under Armour. I want a new tailor-made driver. And you need it.
Whatever you need for whatever sport you play, one store has it all.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
I need a new reel, lures, tackle box.
Adidas soccer cleats.
Nike socks. A new treadmill.
Dick's has everything you need to look and play your best for whatever season you're heading into. All at guaranteed low prices. After all, every season starts at Dick's.
Okay, Stewart, get them down, get them off. Get them down, get them off. Changing it up a little with the count. Down in the red zone. 6-1, let's go. Understand? Hey, we're going to have a lot of fun, man. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to play well. We're going to get after these guys. Let's go play some hot ball.
Back here at Dick's Sporting Goods at the mall at Robinson, the Highmark High School sports practice is on the air, and Jeff Matheny joins us now, the head coach of Bethel Park, now in his 12th year. And I got to tell you, Coach, 4-0 is what happened? So at this point in time, everything's right.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, we've got off to a good start. Kids are really working on it, so we're excited.
Let's talk about your team this year. Obviously, we just came back from seeing you in the locker room.
Did you see his video of that Jago swearing in the bar?
About parodying
Come look at
this
idiot.
Continues to amaze me.
This guy's
just
an actor.
You think you've got it
In
all
what?
figured out. Someone,
YouTube videos.
somewhere, at some time, pops up.
That ain't acting. Geez, what are giving out Oscars for the keyboard cat and Charlie bit my finger? People's mad because he's cussing during that Steeler game. Well, who the hell was it? I'm just glad there weren't a camera in this house during that game. Sounded like a Tarantino movie in here. Well, Father Tim heard me during a game once. Gave me so many rosaries, I looked like a Catholic Mr. T. Look at them swear jars.
We have Jeff Stewart is our quarterback.
There's enough money in them things to get a house from out. We're up for St. Clair.
Played extremely well.
A swear jar. This family needs a swear pool.
I
fill that thing up, you'd be diving in it like you're Scrooge McDuck. Oh, look at this guy yelling. It's like that video we got of Uncle Rick when he's hollering at Peggy Finnegan in the Red Lobster parking lot because NBC canceled Wings.
It's exciting.
What I tell you, ain't nothing good ever come from filming something on an iPhone and putting it on a YouTube.
Glad you brought that up about moving the ball around.
This made the news. Oh, jeez, they really cracked the case on that one. Pittsburgh gets mad when Steelers lose.
Nothing short of phenomenon.
Coming up next,
phenomenon when you took over
we got
about a
Bridges.
dozen or so years ago. Different story, but in recent years you've really
I tell you, this
started
whole
making
thing
names for
looks
yourself. It's a
staged,
great thing,
like one of
but it
them
also
fake
means
Jimmy
you can
Kibble's
try to do
videos.
Oh, no question.
This guy ain't even from Pittsburgh. Listen to that accent. Don't sound nothing like us. Jim Krenn did it better. He's probably one of them goons from L.A. that bring him little dogs onto an airplane in a gym bag. This guy's 15 minutes of fame are up. That's what Andy Warhol said. Andy Warhol, Dad, you know, he's that guy that invented Campbell's soup, looked like Doc Brown.
And this is where this stuff.
What's his guy's last name?
Wooten. Looking too far.
Oh, is he one of them idiot Wootens from down in Bloomfield? That whole family's a bunch of drunk jerks. People are getting this mad over an actor not liking hockey. I don't know what they're going to do when they find out Mr. McFeely don't really deliver the mail. Hey, Dad.
So,
what do you think they'll do when they find out there ain't no studio audience and that you ain't even really sitting there?
Games do really mean a lot.
Coach, we love you. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you, Ron.
One of the hardest working guys in the football biz, Jeff Matheny of Bethel Park. And until next time, for the Professor Tad Makowicki, Dr. Edward Schnell, and the entire crew, this is Rob Pratt from Dick's Sporting Goods, where every season starts at Dick's, reminding you to get off the bench and get into the game. So long, everybody.
Andy was outside playing. He started coughing. The inhaler didn't work. He was gasping for breath. I called Children's and I told him, get ready. My son is having a severe asthma attack. We didn't hesitate. I had enough worries. Thankfully, where to take him wasn't one of them.
Supporting the region's healthcare systems ensures that the best options are always available. A helping hand in the places we call home. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Sure, I'd like a new pair of Nikes.
New Under Armour. I want
Cardio burns fat,
and you
right?
need it.
Whatever you need for whatever
Cardio
sport
actually
you
burns
play.
calories,
One store has it
usually
all.
in the form of carbs in the bloodstream that are then
I need a
replaced
real
with the very next meal
Ford
that you
tackle
can store
box.
as more
And
fat.
do
This
you
is
stop
why
it?
when you even
Nike
eat
shop.
low-calorie
A new
food or run
treadmill.
for an hour a
Dick's
day,
has
it
everything
seems like
you
you get
need to look
softer,
and
but
play
you
your
don't
best for
actually lose any
whatever
weight.
season you're
There
heading
is a
into.
simple
All
way
at
to
guaranteed low
completely
prices.
transform your physique,
After all,
like,
every
say,
season
Hugh
starts
Jackman
at Dick's.
for the Wolverine.
Generations of Pittsburghers have made
isn't
trains
the
from
only
Rail
one
King
to
their
get
#1
shredded
family hobby.
seemingly
Rob
overnight.
Pratt here telling
Chris
you
Pratt
there's no better way to
from
spend
the
hours
chubby
with your
lovable
kids or grandkids
on
than to
Parks
build
and
and
Rec
run a
to
Rail
cover
King
up
train.
men's
And only Rail King
sporting
features
and
Pittsburgh
killers.
cars from Iron
Christian
City,
Bale
KDK
starved
Radio,
himself
and
to skin and
Kaufman.
bone
To find a
for
Rail
just
King
weeks
MTH
before
dealer in your
rapidly
neighborhood,
bulking up
log
and
on to
building himself into
PittsburghTrains.com or call
So,
toll-free
how does these guys do it?
877-243-8684. Rail King, MTH Trains, built for years of family fun.
Are you ready for John Soretti? If you can get to the airport, you can get the John Soretti Chevrolet where you can save thousands. The huge savings are still available on new cars and trucks,
I want you all
and
to
the
just
record-breaking
sit
sale
back
of new
and enjoy
vehicles
yourselves for a
has
second.
filled our lots.
All
with
right,
some of the
Brand's
cleanest,
just
low-mile
scored, so
trades in
everybody on
Pittsburgh.
this room is
Your
now
trade
on
will never
full
be worth more.
lockdown.
Right
HBO
now
Wizard
with
of
our
Oz
knockout
prison
deals.
style. No moving?
From John Soretti, University Boulevard.
Hey,
Boone
Dad.
Township.
What happened?
I don't know nothing about that. High school sports practice is produced 5 to tape each week at Dick's Sporting Goods at the Mall at Robinson. Every season starts at Dick's.
Hey, Dad. Did you see his video of that Jago swearing in the bar? Come look at this idiot. This guy's an actor. In what? YouTube videos. No. That ain't acting. Giving out Oscars to keyboard cat and Charlie Pitt went bigger. People's faculty's cussing during that Steeler game. Well, who the hell?
Do you want to learn the same training techniques that propelled two brothers in their successful baseball careers? Bill and Cal Ripken Jr. have perfected a method of instruction for youth players, and now it's available on this all-new video, Hitting the Ripken Way. Learn the same fundamental techniques Cal Jr. used to record more than 400 home runs and more than 3,000 hits. Unlock your true potential as a hitter with proven drills. So call or log on now to get Hitting the Ripken Way for only $29.99. Order now and we'll also send you Defense the Ripken Way. Discover proven fundamental techniques, double plays, the underhand flip, backhands, and much more. Plus, Bill and Cal Jr. reveal their 4 key fundamental principles. Keep it simple, explain why, celebrate the individual, and make it fun. You will get better. I promise. You get Hitting and Defense the Ripken Way. That's right, 2 incredible DVDs or 2 VHS tapes for only $29.99. To order, use your credit card and call the number on your screen or log on to RipkenTV.com. This special television offer is not available in stores.
Oh, that is nice! Good snap to Robinson, play action fake, sets up, long and deep down the middle for Dion. That was a perfectly thrown pass.
Penn State football story, we're all tuned in.
We love the Penn State football
We love
story.
you guys.
We love it. We love
all
Penn
we
State.
do.
We love the fans.
Watch.
I love the
State
fans.
story.
You love the fans?
I love them.
Austin Scott loves the fans. We both love the
Scott
fans.
Paxton loves them.
I love coming out of the tunnel and hearing this. That's great.
Yes, awesome, definitely.
And on defense, I love it even more when when they got to burn a timeout. It's because of you. It's the fans.
Exactly.
Penn State defense has a vocal 12th man behind them.
I love the Penn State football stuff.
I love you.
They put on college football's most distinctive uniform. Thinking about those before them. The walk-ons. The All-Americans. The legends. Who made sure to uphold the tradition. They are the black shoes, white helmets, and plain uniforms of one of America's most successful programs. They are heroes. They are winners. They are Penn State football.
For Penn State, the challenges grow stronger each week. This one came from undefeated Minnesota, the best rushing team in the country. And at the end of one particular run came the hit that defined the game and the attitude of the 2005 Nittany Lions. Michael Robinson has led Penn State with his arm. But against Minnesota, it was no match for his legs or his shoulder. He used them all to help keep the Lions unbeaten. He had a whole lot of help.
Robinson lobs it for Butler, near side, 30-yard line. Plays out and makes the catch at the 25. Williams and Golden near side, Butler far side. Robinson pitches it back to Williams. He's got Rush in front to the 5. Touchdown, Penn State! Came in here facing the #1 rushing team, in the conference.
The talk had been about Minnesota's offensive line. But Penn State's defense knows action speaks louder than words.
Brown just sort of sealed that side for him, and Tony said, hey, I don't even see him go for a round. Did you see that formation that Joe Paterno used inside the 5-yard line on first down? Touchdown, Penn State! Option play, king of the reverse. They've got Minnesota set up. 30, 25, 20, king. Nittany Lions of Penn State is impressive as we've seen him in a long, long time. Touchdown, Penn State! Rodney Kittle off for 9 yards out.
And after Penn State rose to meet this latest challenge, the sun set on a very happy Valley. The Penn State football story is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Sovereign Bank, red carpet service guaranteed. And by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
Hey, man, what's up? I'm paying it back. Hey, what's going on?
I'm paying it back.
Join thousands of people who use UPromise to pay back their FIA AES student loans. And the best part is, you don't have to spend an extra cent. Just buy the stuff you buy anyway, and a portion goes to pay back your loans.
We're paying it back.
I'm helping my niece. Pay it back.
Just go to payingitback.com to get started and pay back your student loan faster. Another free benefit for Pennsylvania families from FIA.
When we got married, suddenly we had 2 of everything.
They had a lot of stuff.
2 dining sets, 2 dogs.
2 car insurance companies. I'm State Farm agent Joan Roysum, and this is a true story.
We had to get rid of a few things.
Yeah, mainly my things.
He had State Farm.
She had Gecko.
I helped them compare rates and coverage.
There was no comparison.
He was right. For one.
This time, one of my things stayed.
Like a good neighbor.
State Farm is there.
Come out here trying to turn us into Browns fans. No, they don't buy no birthday, Christmas.
Great. Just see Jehovah's Witnesses coming up the street.
Fire? It's Jehovah's Witnesses.
In today's world, there's a trait that employers value more than anything else.
Don't you pay attention to smoking a bear clock at school?
For over 150 years, California University has prepared students for fulfilling careers and meaningful lives. Values like integrity, civility, and responsibility are integrated into classroom and campus activities. Our students enter their careers with a high degree of character for livelihood and for life. That is our mission and our difference.
Big Red Hockey Nights are back on FS in Pittsburgh.
What a marching band sounding good hope. Instead we get these
Mario
guys.
is eager to break in this much-anticipated season.
Why can't they be like our church? Don't talk, you know.
And Sidney Crosby is poised to be the spark, which lights the fuse.
Let's sit and stand, that's it.
Penguins
Well,
hockey
I don't
gets
care if they want to share the good news.
Penguins.
The only good news I want to hear is that
Wednesday
practice is
on
coming
FS
back.
in Pittsburgh. Sponsored
I'll tell you
by
right now, if
G.
an alligator knocks on the door, it's a different story. And
Hold the mic.
they're
Hold the
all
mic.
talking about
Come on, Tyler.
Armageddon.
You see this?
And not the
He
good
brushed your
Bruce
hair.
Willis.
Send this to Joe, please.
How do you brush your
hair? Joe, do you see what I'm going through? I'm going to introduce you to
Now,
the
we already
fan.
got our
All
beliefs.
right? What's your
Hey,
name?
What's next? The
And
Cleveland
we're
coach
gonna
is going to
say,
come out here
and you're
try
watching
to
the
turn
Penn
us
State
into
football
Browns
story.
fans.
Okay. Are we going to
No, they
point
don't
and
buy
look
no
like that? Do you
birthday,
not want to point?
Christmas,
No,
or Easter
pointing
gifts.
is hey, we come. Okay, so what are you going to say?
Maybe we should
You
hear
mentioned
it.
this is Tyrell Jackson, and this is Jimmy Kennedy. And we're going to, no, you lost me. Are we going to do it? Can we pause?
Right now.
You got to do it right.
Okay.
Follow my lead
Deal
on
with
this.
this.
I know what I'm doing here. This is Tyrell Jackson, and this is Jimmy Kennedy of the St. Louis Rams, and you're watching the Penn State football story. Okay. What did you get?
Go unplug the fish tank.
Penn State prepared for the #1 rushing team in the country by putting down a brand new surface at Beaver Stadium. But instead of Minnesota racing around on the new grass, it would be the Nittany Lions who ran roughshod on the new sod. More than 106,000 fans look forward to this battle of two Big Ten unbeatens. 18th ranked Minnesota and their own beloved Lions, who stopped the Gophers on 3 plays to start the game and then started to enjoy their new lawn themselves, running and passing over seemingly every new blade of grass before it was all said and done.
Back goes Robinson. Set. All the middle. Derek Williams, 35. To the near side, 30. Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Robinson to Tony Hunt. Hunt stands a man up inside the 20 and barrels to the 18-yard line. Here we go. First and 10. Option play far side. Pitch to Derek Williams. Cuts it up to the 15, to the 10, to the 5.
Hey, Brandon, come on, get hats.
The speed of Derek Williams. And a tremendous block by Tony Hunt.
Penn State has been using speed to kill all season, but much of their success has been with big plays and quick strikes. On their opening possession, they ran the ball 8 of 9 plays and set the tone at the line of scrimmage. Meanwhile, Lawrence Maroney come into the game as the nation's leading rusher, but he was in for a long afternoon. And Penn State forced a second straight 3 and out.
First and 10, their own 23. Back goes Robinson. A lot of time. Pump fakes. Now runs out of time. He'll scramble out 20. Swings it far side 25. Gets a block to the 30. Shotgun Robinson. Back to pass. Quarterback draws. 35, 40, 45, 50. Minnesota 49-yard line and a first down.
Quarterback Michael Robinson knows you don't look a gift horse in the mouth, and his offensive line was giving him a gift horse. Plenty of room to roam the new grass and plenty of time to throw over it. Penn State was crisply executing all phases of the game.
Kevin Kelly, a 29-yard attempt. Angle to his left. The kick is up, and the kick is gone. Kevin Kelly makes the long drive pay off.
A big kick return did what the Minnesota offense had not been able to, get the Gophers into Penn State territory. But the Lion defense snared them down.
3rd and 9. Back goes Thibodeau. Look, pressure. Down he goes. Jason Alford at the 34-yard line. And then they have put Minnesota out of field goal range.
They tried a 51-yarder, but missed.
Robinson under center on 3rd and 4. Straight back. Blitz picked up. Over the middle, Smoko. 45, 50, far side, 45, 40. Wide out each way from the eye with Scott the tailback. Play action Robinson. Pressure. Rolls near side. Gets a block from Wilson. 20. 15. Low the shoulder. Belts Owens.
Tell you what, I have never seen a hit like that on a quarterback. And it looked like he is not even phased one bit.
Nothing phased these Lions as they collectively lowered their shoulders and went to work, methodically chewing up yardage.
Robinson pitches it back away. He's got Russian close to the far.
The new playbook of Joe Paterno's goal line offense.
The Nittany Lions scored the first 3 times they had the ball, led 17-0, and Minnesota had yet to pick up a first down.
Don't throw that little can
of baking Chuckles makes the catch at the 20, but there's Corral for Forsyth. No gain. 2nd and 10.
Minnesota had outscored their combined opponents 43-0 in the first quarter, but Penn State had taken them out of that comfort zone, forcing them to play come from behind. And you could tell it was unfamiliar territory, but Penn State was looking very much at home, even on their new turf.
And Lowry presses and puts it down at the 1-yard line. What a tremendous play from the eye. Fullback Valentine disappears at the 4-yard line.
The Gophers tried to tunnel their way out of their own end of the field, but Penn State's defense wouldn't budge, and the Lions got the ball back in good field position, striking immediately with a Michael Robinson to Deion Butler connection for 27 yards. A network TV audience was getting an eyeful of a Penn State team full of speedy freshman receivers, as well as a true freshman place kicker.
47-yard attempt shot, Kevin Kelly put down. The
sell it,
kick
ride
by
the old
Kelly is on
exercise
its way, and that kick
You know they ain't got no seats. Don't sit down. There's that old crib liner down there. Play with that. Go in there and try on an old coats in the closet. Look at these old Beach Boy records.
All was not perfect as Penn State struggled on kick coverage, with Jakari Wallace getting over 100 yards and just 2 returns. The first time the Lions defense bailed them out, this time they got burned.
Rolls right, looks back near side, throws it deep for wheel right, and he juggles and makes the catch of the 10, touchdown Minnesota.
It didn't change the fact that Penn State had dominated the entire half, but it did change the evidence of that domination showing on the scoreboard.
Hey, kids. Hey, get down here.
U.S. Airways, U.S. Airways Express, and the Go Caribbean Network fly to more than 40 tropical destinations. Visit the special Caribbean section on USAirways.com for details. U.S. Airways Caribbean.
Was Pearl
He read
Jam,
in the newspaper,
Katie Holmes.
in the local section.
Tom Cruise turned
I
her
guess
into
they
a
have to
Looney
put
Tune.
everyone who, gets
Kidnapped her
arrested
and took
in
her
the
over to
paper or
that
something.
science biologist
And then
lab.
we
Once
went
you're
to
in with them,
school,
you don't ever get
everyone
out.
knew about
I don't know
it.
what they're
It was
doing.
humiliating.
Second frauds.
I didn't
I don't
think
know what
about
goes
what
on
it
in
would do to
them
us.
Sure as hell ain't
Do you
religion.
understand what he did?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Now that
Broke
looks
the law.
real.
Insurance
Mr.
fraud.
Rogers built that
That's
whole
what he
model
did.
with nothing but
He can go to
toothpicks,
jail.
watercolors,
I guess.
and
I can't
used
believe my dad
Klondike
did this to us.
wrappers. You imagine this
The
show took
liar.
place in Cleveland. He's on them little houses,
Hey,
boarded
this
up with
is Mike
popsicle
Quick.
sticks.
Show your Eagle
Now
spirit
you
and
can see
get
what
Eagle's
color
totally
cardigan
free
he's gonna
checking
put on.
at Sovereign
I always
Bank.
like the red.
You can get one-of-a-kind
Dad, what do you
Eagles
mean you like
checks,
this
plus
gray cardigan?
receive free
Yeah,
Eagles
you like the
merchandise
Steelers
when you open your account. And with free online banking and bill
He always
pay
puts on
and
his
no
shoes
minimum
here at the
balance
beginning.
or monthly
And that same pair of
maintenance
shoes
fees,
his entire
makes
life.
banking easy.
Not like you
So you can
kids who
focus on
go
the
through
game,
shoes like they're
not on your
millionaires.
bank account.
What do you mean
Get
you need
Eagles totally
green
free
shoes?
checking
You want
today,
green shoes?
only from
Cut
Sovereign
the
Bank.
grass. Look at that.
Sovereign
Mr. Feely
Bank,
brings the
official
mail
bank of the
bright
Philadelphia
and early.
Eagles.
Not like our worthless mailman.
Are you
You're
still
lucky that
being
guy
charged
starts his
too
way
much
up our
for
street
internet
by the time
service?
Final Jeopardy.
Still waiting
I'm
for a
telling
better
you,
deal?
stealing our
Well,
Arby's
your wait
coupons.
is over.
Oh, yeah, he is.
With People
Open up that
PC
penny
Online,
saver.
you get unlimited
Big
internet
square with
access
that.
for just
I think I'm sitting in
$10.95
his
a
old
month,
truck.
and you get accelerated
Free beef and
technology
cheddar.
free for
My
an
beef
entire
and
year.
cheddar.
That's a $60
There goes the
value.
trolley into
Visit
the
up to
land
5
of
web
make-believe.
pages in the time it
Just
used
like
to
coming
take to
out of
visit one,
Fort
and pay
Pitt
just
tunnels to
$10.95 a
downtown.
month.
Except the
Plus,
trolley
our
goes
smart
straight
dialer
down.
automatically chooses the fastest,
Trolley
most
block.
reliable access number. Want more? You even get security
Does he
tools
have a
to help
soul?
protect you from spam, pop-ups, and email viruses. Compare us side by side with your
Some
current
guy
ISP. Go to
on a
peoplepc.com to
struck
try
my
us
leg
free
at the
for
same
30
time.
days.
Then his soul
Surf up to
got
5 times
transferred
faster
into
for an
his
entire year with free
crap.
accelerator technology. All this for just $10.95 a month. But hurry, this special offer is for a limited time only. Go online or call 1-800-943-0989. People PC Online with free accelerator. A better way to internet.
Weird stuff like souls,
As a
book
kid,
revelations,
I got a lot of
stuff
confidence
I don't know
from
nothing about.
my mother.
Look, there's
He
Daniel
really
Kyle.
wanted me to push
Now, you just know
to
him.
graduate
You
high
think what's
school.
wrong with his
I would have been the
face.
first
That's
out
how
of
everything
education
looked
around
back.
graduate high school.
Brown and dusty.
And because like so much she
Puppets'
gave to
mouths
me,
don't move. This is
I
paper
wanted to
mache.
take it a step further and
Pixar.
graduate college.
Lady Aberlin, that's King Friday's niece. I don't know how a puppet has a human woman for a niece. Ask your health teacher. That is the devil. Look at that
Anybody
face.
can come to school and like
PR for the
just do good in sports. You know what I'm saying? So, but this, by coming to a university like this,
show up as Lady
it prepared me for
Yes, Deb.
like
Used to run out of the room
sports.
screaming.
Football is not
Lady
guaranteed,
Elaine would
man.
come on
It can be
TV.
a play in practice
I'd be
tomorrow
worried if a
today.
kid did.
It just take
My
you out.
sisters used to tease me. Used to tell me that Lady Elaine would come in my room when I was sleeping, light out my eyeballs.
I got 12 credits.
I stopped
I'm done
believing it.
in December. It means a lot. I'm the first person to go to college. So I didn't think this day would come. You know, turn to high school.
She's a dick.
When you're young, you know, all you think is about making plays and early. You know, you just told me this when I was 10th grader, 11th grader, getting recruited about all
Now
these
Mr.
schools.
Rogers is leaving.
I was probably
Mr. Rogers don't
laughed
even
at
turn any lights off when he leaves. No wonder PBS needs all these pledge
That was the
ties.
main concern.
Paying Mr. Rogers election.
Let football take care of itself.
How?
To me, I had to find something like I actually enjoy doing, something that I wake up in the morning and
don't know about.
it wouldn't so much feel like work, it felt like something I want to do.
Singing.
And I end up just amazing in art.
Yankee cans, piles of real
real simple, magazines.
And Rice's artistic skills had him create a painting capturing the special relationship between the fans and Penn State's football team. And it's become the official poster of the 2005 Nittany Lions. Matt Rice and Anwar Phillips, two of Penn State's success stories off the field. Two guys who helped Penn State with their artistry on the field against Minnesota. And the Lions put together quite a masterpiece. The Gophers were hoping their touchdown late in the first half was going to help swing the momentum their way. But the Nittany Lions crushed those thoughts immediately when they took the second half kickoff and started the same way they did at the beginning of the game, rolling down the field.
Daily Essential set for only
$5.
Rolls to the far side. He's got his man at the 35 to the 30. Inside the 30 versions of all the most popular products.
They're afraid of Michael Robinson running with the football. He has time in the pocket. Option play. King on the reverse.
Check and dance, fighting for educational talent. So get your kid at DollarShaveClub.com/Pittsburgh. That's
Penn State's offensive coaches had designed a brilliant game plan that was utilizing speed to the outside and power to the inside. Robinson gives it to Tony Hunt. Hunt to the goal line. Minnesota was on its heels all day as the Nittany Lions racked up 539 total yards behind an offensive line that is starting to come together. It was the kind of performance Minnesota was used to producing themselves, but they became so frustrated that they felt the need to gamble even early in the third quarter.
Fourth down, 5, Penn State 46. Back to pass, blitz coming, throws far side. King is there covering, incomplete. They turn it over and down.
Freshman corner out there one-on-one in a big game here in the Big Ten. Penn State came out in the second half and just took control of the game. They continued to shut down Minnesota defensively and scored on all three third-quarter possessions. From the lunch pail guys up front to the thoroughbreds with a football, this was a total team effort.
Mike to the 40, passes outside, swings it outside, gets a block from Williams, 35, to the 30, inside the 30, to the 27-yard line.
This is going to drive defenses crazy.
Michael Robinson has just become the fourth quarterback in Penn State history to rush for 100 yards in a game.
With 364 rushing yards, Penn State dished out a dose of Minnesota's own medicine, more than tripling the output of the Gophers' ground game.
Tony Hunt, left side, near corner, touchdown, Penn State. The Nittany Lions, Jack, have not only made a statement in this third quarter to Minnesota, I think they made a statement to the country.
That is true. Consider the fact that Penn State amassed 35 first downs, and in Joe Paterno's long career at Penn State, they've had more than that just once. Tony Hunt joined Michael Robinson in the Century Club. He would lead Penn State's rushing attack with 114 yards. The only thing more beautiful than the weather to a Penn State fan on this first Saturday in October was the sight of the Nittany Lions dismantling a ranked team, removing any drama that lingered from the way the first half finished.
Kevin Kelly's field goal is up and good. Kevin Kelly has 3 field goals today.
Tom Bradley's defense continued to pop pads, even getting some help from the 12th man.
Motion by Ellerson toward us. They pitch it to Maroney, near side, hemmed in, down he goes for a loss. Cupido goes back to Maroney, 3 seconds to his crowd. Affecting him, he won't get the play off. That is the end of the third quarter, and the crowd caused that to happen.
Just like Matt Rice's painting, the fans and players feeding off of what each other is doing.
They'll go to Russell, left side, up and belted at the point of attack. Waffles Muncie flies in the air and gives up his body and knocks it to the turf.
With the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week bullying the middle, Minnesota decided to go outside on third down, and the Gophers had their second score. Joe Paterno started to substitute freely, but it didn't change what the guys upstairs wanted to do, or the success the Lions were having.
They pitch it to Austin Scott following Hunt. Good block by Matt to the 40, 35, Scott 30, 25, stretching ahead inside the 25. Kinlaw's the tailback. Rodney gets it following Hahn and Hall to the far corner, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Penn State. Rodney Kinlaw for 9 yards out.
In a season where freshmen have stepped up for Penn State, it was only fitting that Minnesota's last spark was snuffed out by another one. Redshirt freshman Tony Davis with the end zone interception. 7 straight wins for Penn State gives them the 3rd longest streak in the country behind Texas and Southern Cal. Another rung up a ladder that gets more slippery next week. The Penn State football story is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And by Sovereign Bank, red carpet service guaranteed. And by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
Caramel sweet, peanut butter's funny, pretzels are just twisted and peanuts are just nutty. Wrap it up in chocolate and salty and it's sweet. It all comes together to knock you off your feet. Take 5, one more than 4. Take 5, go all the way to take 5. 'Cause more is more. Take 5.
Only Hershey could take caramel, peanut butter, pretzels, peanuts, and wrap them in real Hershey's chocolate. Everything you love, like nothing you've ever tasted.
Take 5.
With the first pick in this year's draft, Dallas selects Cordell Russell, wide receiver, Nebraska.
Life comes at you fast. Be ready with Nationwide.
Visit a participating Nationwide agent, get a quote, and register to win a trip to this year's ball game. No purchase necessary. Nationwide is on your side.
Isn't this cute? Now this is definitely me. This is me.
I got 2 favorites.
I ordered this online. I found my guy in the Penn State room. My little brother.
Every color.
Try green. You can even get some directions. Thanks, Mom.
Or you can get stuck.
It's the Penn State room at McClanahan. Shop online in the Penn State room. McClanahan.
Hey, how's it going?
The FSN Pro Football Preview.
You've got questions, our guys have the answers. Get a first-hand look at the weekend's biggest matchups. It's the weekly preview show that can't be missed. Next on FSN.
Catch the latest on your college football teams on FSN Pittsburgh. Starting at 1, it's Pitt football with Dave Munster. Then at 1:30, it's Penn State football with Joe Paterno. Followed by West Virginia football with Rich Rodriguez at 2. College football press conference Tuesdays on FSN Pittsburgh.
Penn State, to me, is a family. Penn State is a family, is a tradition.
Man, all the guys that left, man, they paved the way for us. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. They're like no other school, you know. I mean, it's pretty plain and simple, blue and white.
Just give thanks to my coaches back at school, everybody who played a part in this.
There's confidence. People committed to each other trying to get something done.
It really molds you into the person you are today.
It was just the greatest experience I've ever been through.
Whitney Wise have another great opportunity. Courtesy of their defense from Whitney Wise have made a statement to the ready to drive.
Wow! The style is real fast. We play one-gap football, which means that we ask our guys to get in their gap as fast as they can and just curate havoc. That's the bottom line. If you want to play a fast defense, you're going to play relentless. This is the place you want to play.
With the 12th selection in the 2003 NFL Draft, St. Louis Rams select Jimmy Kennedy. Chicago Bears select Michael Haynes.
Anthony Adams, defensive tackle, Penn State. God, they got a lot of guys going to this draft.
You had to take everything to heart because, I mean, they not only prepare you for the NFL, they prepare you for everyday life.
I think I still go off of the stuff that he taught me right now while I'm a pro, teaching me how to play the game. Teaching me a lot of things, everything I know about defensive line.
The whole work ethic it takes to stay in the NFL, you know, it's something that we really learned at Penn State.
He's a special breed. He really is. He's a guy that you're going to watch in the field. When you turn your television on and you watch our defensive front four play, you're going to say to yourself, boy, they're different. Different in the sense that we've got a brand, and that brand is that we work extremely hard. From the time the ball snaps to the whistle blows, we're going to play every play full speed, all out, and nonstop. And when you see that, you'll see the style that we play.
overall, Coach Paterno and his staff got us ready. As far as ability and as far as strength and stuff, I was ready.
You know, definitely a lot of coaches, they really teach you, how to trust that flexibility, how to work hard and then how to pick yourself.
Those things are things that we do in the NFL, and I think it gives Penn State players a leg up on other players going into the NFL.
You actually want to stay inside yet? Bam. Rib cage, stay inside, right back inside.
I have a passion for what I do, and believe it or not, if you don't have passion for what you believe in, it's not fun. I enjoy coaching. I enjoy young folks. So coming to work every day, get a chance to touch kids' lives, that's what it's all about. I've got the greatest job in the world.
Holly belts him at the 50. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
The Player of the Game is brought to you by the Student Bookstore. If it's Penn State Blue, your Penn State Superstore, the Student Bookstore has it for you. Visit them online at thestudentbookstore.com. Against Minnesota, freshman Derek Williams helped set the tempo, scoring Penn State's first 2 touchdowns. He had 10 touches for 72 yards rushing and receiving.
I thought we played a good football game everywhere.
Once again, you got to give credit to our offense. When they're holding the ball like they're holding it, and we're getting 3 and outs, now we're rested and we're ready to go. And against a big physical group like that, they wear you down. Well, today we had a lot left in our tank at the end of the game.
I said it before, man. It's Old State now. It's Old State now.
Do you want to learn the same training techniques that propelled 2 brothers in their successful baseball careers? Bill and Cal Ripken Jr. have perfected a method of instruction for youth players, and now it's available on this all-new video, Hitting the Ripken Way. Learn the same fundamental techniques Cal Jr. used to record more than 400 home runs and more than 3,000 hits. Unlock your true potential as a hitter with proven drills. So call or log on now to get Hitting the Ripken Way for only $29.99. Order now and we'll also send you Defense the Ripken Way. Discover proven fundamental techniques, double plays, the underhand flip, backhands, and much more. Plus, Bill and Cal Jr. reveal their 4 key fundamental principles. Keep it simple, explain why, celebrate the individual, and make it fun. You will get better. I promise. You get Hitting and Defense the Ripken Way. That's right, 2 incredible DVDs or 2 VHS tapes for only $29.99. To order, use your credit card and call the number on your screen or log on to RipkenTV.com. This special television offer is not available in stores.
Oh, that is nice! Hi, I'm Joe Paterno, the football coach at Penn State, and you are watching FSN Pittsburgh.
The National Football League hits the quarter pole with some of the season's most intriguing matchups. Donovan's pain threshold will be tested in KC, while the shorthanded defending champion Patriots must defend San Diego's indefensible LaDainian Tomlinson. And who's got the upper hand when Michael Vick and Dante Culpepper face off in Atlanta? Plus, going deep on Dallas. Jason Sehorn details how teams are getting over the top on the boys' secondary. And who's the best lead blocker in the business? Tim Brown explains the lowdown with this leading man. Laura Oakland reports from Philly where a movie's being made on one of the NFL's unlikeliest heroes of all time. Plus, the freshest scoopage from Jay Glazer, the league's top insider. And our experts are preparing to make their predictions from these 14 games. Now, it's time for the Pro Football Preview on FSN.
How are you? Welcome to Week 4 of the NFL season. FSN's Pro Football Preview. Come on in. Irvine, California. We're between LA and San Diego inside the Fox Sports Grill, our weekly headquarters for a little food, fun, and football. We're glad you're here. The gang is all here. We'll start with our receiver, Tim Brown, our defensive back, Jason Sehorn, our man for all seasons, and no reasons, Jay Glazer. Hey, all right, gentlemen, one more game here. We're at the quarter pole of the season, right? When you played the game, is it that critical for you?
Oh, no doubt. If you're unbeaten, don't get too cocky out of here. There's still a lot of football to be played, that's for sure.
But if you're 0-4, the chance you make the playoffs are slim.
You got no friends when you're winless, too.
That's right. Jay, you never have any friends. Unless they're called. He set me up. All right. And joining us a little later in the program will be Chiefs Pro Bowler Tony Gonzalez, our friend, the NFL's consummate tight end, future Hall of Famer. Now, on to Week 4 in the NFL. Begins with 4 undefeated teams, 5 winless teams, and our 4 downs, where our guys talk about the 4 hottest, biggest topics or issues in the NFL.
Let's go to first down. We examine the Eagles and Tony Gonzalez's Chiefs playing in KC. Big question is, how healthy is Donovan McNabb really? He's been playing with a bruised sternum since week 1. Find out now that he's suffering from a sports hernia, so he's going to have to play in pain. Jay Glazer was our first on the story with this story, and now will he be able to have surgery or play the year? What's the latest?
Well, they're hoping that he'll have surgery after the season. It's interesting, though. The Eagles have actually gone to some people on the Flyers because it's very common with people inside the National Hockey League, and they've asked them, what can we really do to help out our guy? What are some of the things treatment-wise? The other interesting thing, because you combine the sports hernia with the sternum injury, he's going to have to do a lot of things off balance, so they're trying to now strengthen some of his muscles for when he has to do things off balance. Tim, you've had this. I heard it is unbelievably painful.
I did have this injury about 3 or 4 years ago, and let me tell you, it is the most painful injury that I ever had to play with. Unfortunately for me, it happened at the last game of the season, but this is an injury that will make him think that he can play, but he will not be able to play through this. I don't see him making it through the season.
The question mark I see throughout the entire season, if he does play and if he's able to last throughout these games, is defenses are going to force him to move out of the pocket. They're going to force him to run, and they're going to see what kind of mobility he has and strength in that abdominal section to be able to throw on the run.
It's hard for him to actually rotate with both the injuries.
All right, will the Chiefs defense do enough to win the game?
Sure, the Chiefs will move him all over that football field. I doubt he can finish the game with it, but who knows? But I think the Chiefs.
All right, Tim doesn't think he'll even finish the season. All right, let's go on to second down, where the Raiders have struggled right out of the gate. They're 0-3. Cowboys are coming into the Bay Area. How safe is Norm Turner's job? Remember the Raiders 5-11 last year. Al Davis has never kept a coach after 2 consecutive losing seasons. Tim, you were with this organization for much of your career. Yeah. You and Al are real pals. Is Norm in trouble? They've been in every game.
Well, Chris, certainly he is in trouble. He cannot have another losing season, that's for sure. 6-10 may keep his job. 5-11 or worse, he will be out for sure. The Raiders are still behind him. They still plan to play hard. The guys I talked to there want to go out and play good football and win some football games.
The problem in Oakland seems to be all this talent and no real fluidness of how to use it. They've got all these weapons on offense, but yet they're next to last in rushing, and they can't pass the ball consistently.
You know what? Wait, Tim, you say he's definitely staying. He's definitely gone. But Al Davis is going to look across the field that weekend, and he's going to see Sean Payton. Sean Payton is the epitome of how hard it is now for Al Davis to hire a new head coach. He couldn't even get people in there for interviews. Then he offers the job to Sean Payton. Not once, but twice.
He said he didn't.
Oh, I know. He said he did. God forbid someone lies about something. But you turn him down twice. It's hard to hire someone for that job.
All right, do the Raiders go 0-4, or do they knock off the Cowboys?
I think they do knock off the Cowboys. I think that they're going to gel together this week, and they're going to try and get this game won, not just for Norv, but they need to do it for themselves.
Well, I think one of the Cowboys' bigger problems is the fact that their secondary doesn't cover the deep ball very well. The Raiders are clearly a deep ball throwing team. They're going to go after them in the
Jerry
secondary.
Porter said, if we eliminate penalties, we can win a game, and that's where it starts. Time for third down now. Defending champion Patriots. They continue to deal with serious injuries, but they continue to win. New England hosting the Chargers this time, but they won't have their tough hitter and defensive leader Rodney Harrison at safety. Running back Kevin Falk is injured. Tackle Matt Light went down with an injury as well. So the Patriots will have 2 starting rookies on the offensive line. Tom Brady likes to spread that offense, Tim, but with a couple of rookies in the offensive line, that Charger defense, will they take advantage?
Well, I think they have to. I think they have to do what they know to do. They spread their teams out. That's how they play their offensive scheme. But they're going to really miss Kevin Falk. He's the guy who comes in and gives Corey Dillon some time off. Now they don't have this guy. What are they going to do now?
And we've talked about leadership all season long, and one of the biggest problems here is you lose Rodney Harrison. Now you've lost another leader on that defense with LaDainian Tomlinson coming in this weekend. I mean, I don't know how they contain him.
Forget just the leadership. Now you can have every receiver and running back. Now they don't have to play the Patriots like this. Because what
are you talking about?
You've made that cross-country trip. Can the Chargers do it and get a W?
No, I don't think so. I don't. Even with all the injuries that New England has, I just don't see the Chargers being able to go out there.
They didn't have to be licking his chops, Jason. Come on.
It's hard to bet against the Patriots ever because they overcome, but I got to say that the Chargers are starting to come within themselves and figure things out. LaDainian Tomlinson should have a big game against that second.
Tomlinson could be the best player in the NFL, not just the best running back. On to fourth down, this week's marquee matchup. Michael Vick and the 2-1 Falcons hosting Dante Culpepper, and all of a sudden,
victorious Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota bounces back with a 33-16 win over the Saints. Culpepper needed a big game, got it, over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. So, Jason, I know you were high on the Vikings at the start of the year. Where do you have them now? That's a good test for them against Atlanta.
I still think they have plenty of talent to compete. The problem is they make a lot of mistakes. Last week they beat a team, the Saints, that kind of ran into a wall. The question is, can they face a team like Atlanta who has everything clicking on all cylinders and beat them?
The answer to your question is no, they cannot.
Who would you rather have, Michael Vick or Dante Culpepper?
Well, you know, if I'm trying to catch 90 balls a year, I want Dante Culpepper because he's going to give me the ball. Now, if I'm trying to win games, I may be better off with Vick.
Jason, who's tougher to defend, Vick or Culpepper?
I'd rather defend Culpepper because Vick creates so many problems for the defense as far as matching up.
Here's where you guys are both failing to realize. How would Dante Culpepper fare if he had the running end that Michael Vick has? Michael Vick is getting by right now, just making big plays when he has to. But if Dante had the same running game, there's no telling what. It's certainly a lot easier.
They have a lot more problems than just the lack of a running
game. But it's
game.
certainly a lot easier when you have
when you run
the
for
number one running attack in the league.
You guys failed to realize he failed to play the game. I just wanted to set the record straight. The Falcons have run for 100 yards more than the Minnesota Vikings on average. All right, coming up, Tony Gonzalez joins us from KC. Jay's getting on my nerves. And our guys will cover the extra points when we continue.
Up next, we'll throw the Cowboys secondary on the grill and show you why they keep getting burned.
89-yard strike.
Plus, he's paved the way for Corey Dillon, Eddie George, and now LaDainian Tomlinson. Find out how this man's path can lead to the Pro Bowl when FSN's Pro Football Preview returns.
NFL Network is great, but I've got some programming ideas for them. Tom Coughlin's Good Time Comedy Hour. Show starts at 8. Don't be late.
I smell Emmy. Big game hunting with Tori Big Game Holt.
I might watch that.
Hello? Green Acres?
The Bill Cowher Power Hour.
Excuse me.
A little comedy, a little weightlifting.
Now that's quality television.
Pro football. A game for the ear and the eye. A 3-hour carnival of color, sound, and action.
NFL Sunday Ticket provides the most NFL games anywhere, up to 200 in total, and it's only available from DirecTV.
For the player, victory makes the game glorious. For the fan, glory is the game.
Sign up now and get 4 free months of DirecTV's best programming package. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Lots of Wi-Fi users work in coffee shops, which aren't always the best places to work. Wouldn't it be great to work wherever you wanted instead of only in hotspots? Now you can with Verizon Wireless Broadband Access. Wi-Fi only works in limited locations, while Broadband Access is the nation's largest high-speed wireless broadband network and is expanding coast to coast. Now get unlimited access at a great price, so you won't get stuck in a not-so-hot spot. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
Electronic four-wheel drive. Vehicle stability assist with traction control. And an available navigation system with off-road tracking. The Acura MDX. Its heart's in the right place, even if you're not.
Hello everyone, I'm Joe Wiz, documented as the nation's #1 handicapper. Today in football, I found one game that's going to be a 20-point blowout, a game that will be over at halftime, and you get it absolutely free. Call 800-738-4491. This game is guaranteed to win, or you get the entire football season for free, no questions asked. It's a 3-touchdown blowout. It'll be over at halftime. Call right now and get it free at 800-738-4491.
Glad to have you with us. Pro Football Preview on FSN here at the Fox Sports Grill in Irvine, California with Chef Pete. I'm actually in the wine room here. Bill Parcells has had a lot to whine about in his secondary. Of course, the Cowboys take on the Raiders. Chef, you have a nice meal prepared. What kind of wine? We have football experts, right? You're the wine expert.
Sure. And this, if you've got a big tuna, Cabernet 2001 Opus 1. Fantastic wine.
We go good. Now, does that come in a box?
No, this is actually a $250 bottle of wine, so you wouldn't want this in the box.
I'll take a glass. I'm going to put it on Jay Glazer's tab. Who's your team, by the way?
I am a New York Football Giant fan.
Oh, all right. Well, good. Perfect time with the tuna. Let's go over to the Grillustrator where Jason and Tim will talk about Bill Parcells' issue in the secondary, and the whining continues. Jason?
Chris, I guess the bigger question is whether or not Bill Parcells will still be whining after this weekend's matchup with the Oakland Raiders and their deep threat receivers. Over the last 2 weeks, you've seen the Dallas Cowboys give up the deep ball on numerous occasions. Here, in the game against the San Francisco 49ers,